Hi, good morning, everyone. Let's get started just like usual. We're going to start with those chin tucks and those head turns. So we're lengthening through the through the spine, stacking our vertebrae. We're going to chin tuck back for 10. Let's get ready and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's reset, maintain that length. We're going to head turn 5 each side. 1, back to center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the next portion of our warm-up. We're going to start with 30 seconds per move. We're going to start with standing or seated cat-cows today. Okay, so we have the option to be with our palms down on our chair, and we're going to arch and untuck, kind of like giving our spine a massage, or you can do it right from your chair here as well. Okay, so that's going to be our first exercise. Let's get ready. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Just thinking of that movement through this vertebrae of the spine here. Taking it where it wants to go, not forcing it further than it wants to. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're going to go into our hand curls and pullbacks. So if you're seated, you're just kind of tapping those toes back behind you here. Everything else is the same. We got those arms going. If I'm standing, I'm kind of flexing the foot here. That's going to engage our hamstring a little more. If you're seated, this will be a little harder to do because of the nature of being seated. So you're still going to tap your toe back. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go back to that cat-cow. There we go. Ten more seconds here, then we're going to take it back to that hand curl. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, moving back to that hand curl, that pull back. Next, we're going to do a 4-count cherry picker with an arm circle. Keep it going here. I just stepped on my timer. Make sure it didn't stop. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to come wider than shoulder width. Reach out, middle, in, arm circle. Okay, so this would look the same seated. You're just bending at the knee here, but we're still reaching outwards and towards the middle and inwards. 10 more seconds here. Then we're going to go back to our hand curl, or not back to our hand curls. We're going to go to a lateral side step with lateral raise. 2 and 1. So now we're going side, side. If you're seated, you're just laterally tapping those legs out, the toes out to the side. Feeling your shoulders get nice and warm here. We're back to cherry pickers next. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so it's out, middle, in, circle. Halfway done these. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna go back to our side steps. This is gonna be the end of our warm-up here. We're gonna go into our 3-minute body weight circuit first, which is gonna be like our cardio boost, and you'll see this reoccurring theme. We're gonna keep on doing that between our strength circuits today. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, nice work. That is the first part of our warm-up. So we're gonna go to this body weight circuit now. 3 exercises we're gonna do for 1 minute each, okay? So the first one we're gonna do is our ham curls, and we're gonna do a straight arm push back here, okay? So we're gonna push. So a little different in our warm up, we were like pulling through the elbow and we were bending at the elbow just like this. This time, we're just going to flat palm, okay? And we're only moving through the shoulder. The elbow is nice and straight here, okay? All right, so we're gonna do that. Then we're going to do our 3 count lateral high knees. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1. Okay, you can choose to take it a little faster or slower as you see fit here. Okay, sorry, we can just fix that a little bit. And then the last one is that transverse squat. Okay, so we're going to be coming through the clock, right? So our feet are at 12, and then we're gonna come if we're at the left. What's this? This is 9 o'clock. Right? I'm gonna bring it back to 12, and then I'm gonna bring my other foot to 3 o'clock, okay? So that's gonna be our third exercise. 1 minute each. So we're starting with our ham curls with that straight arm push back, okay? Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right, so really getting some big strides through those shoulders. Think of that shoulder joint getting some nice movement through it, okay? So I'm flexing the foot if I'm standing. I'm trying to be mindful of my hamstrings engaging as that heel comes up towards my glute. We're gonna keep on repeating this 3-minute circuit throughout our block today. $20 more seconds here. And then we're gonna go into that lateral 3 count and hold. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And now into our next. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, hold. Your options here are to try to pick your knees up nice and high and keep it slow, or you can go a little faster, even into a shuffle, okay? So you've got options of how you want to play around with this. I like the faster one, I think it's fun, but I also think the slower one with the knees coming up high is challenging. So it just depends on what your body's feeling like today, how hard you want to push yourself, or if you're just glad to be here and be moving, be consistent. Three, 2, and 1. And then our last one is our transverse squat. So I'm coming out to 9 o'clock first, back to 12, and then to 3 o'clock. So really think of your body positioning. Think of those feet. When one foot's at 12, excuse me, and the other's at 9 or 3, you should be able to look down at the floor and see that if your heels were to connect, they'd make a right angle, right? Make a half a square there. We're past halfway. We have 20 more seconds, and then we're going to move on. You'll see this come back, okay? These 3 exercises are going to keep on coming back. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, we should be feeling nice and warm now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a drink. Our first block is going to be our longest one. And we will be doing an ABCD. It's just 2 exercises. It's our longest block now, okay? Because we have to work both sides. We're going to be working unilaterally today. So our first one, still on our 45-15 format, is a high row today. So just like we set up for our low row, okay, we can either be on our chair here, or you could use the back of your chair here, whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, either or is fine. And you could also do this from seated. I'll show you in just a minute. We're doing our high row today. So this is going to target more of this area in the upper back. So that's where I want you to think about that contraction. Okay, we're going to take our weight. Our knuckles are going to be facing in front of us this way, and our elbows coming out to the side. Okay, out to the side here. Versus when we low row, we usually pull into the back pocket like this, and our elbow comes back behind us, right? We're targeting a different area of the back when we do this one, okay? Let me see what it looks like from the front. So we're gonna be coming out like that, right? You see how it comes out to the side, all right? And then your target, once again, is right back in here, guys, okay? So if you're seated, you can simply do this from a seated position as well, okay? You're just kind of leaning on your legs here, on your thighs, and pulling up, okay? Keeping that core engaged. We're gonna do that on each side, and then we're doing a split squat. So we're gonna load on one leg today. So once we get our feet into the position, you can use weight here or keep it body weight. Once we're in the right position, our feet are gonna stay there, okay? We're not lunging today. We're gonna get into that position, and then we're just gonna stay there. We're gonna focus on this front leg. We're driving through the heel, and you should be feeling the work in your quadricep and your glute here, okay? On that front leg, okay? So we're gonna do one side and then the other. It's AB, so expect to like, whew, we're gonna feel it, okay? Take your rest as you need it. If you need more rest than the clock gives, take a little extra, it's okay, all right? So, first thing, oh, and your seated variation is gonna be a seated leg press all on one side. So you'll be here, leaning back slightly, pushing something heavy away, all right, for the entire time here, all right, through one leg. All right, so let's start with this high row here, okay, 45 seconds. Remember, we're targeting a little higher up on the back here today. All right, so here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm keeping my belly button pulled back towards my spine. I'm focused on that upper back behind my shoulder blade here. As I pull that weight up, my knuckles are facing forward in front of me. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to do the other side next. Chair forward some. All right, so let's dance, let's get ready, okay? Belly button's pulled back to my spine, and I'm really focused on that muscle, all the muscles behind my shoulder blade here. I'm telling them with my mind to contract as I'm pulling this dumbbell up. My elbow comes out to the side. More seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, great. We're gonna do that again before we move on. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the first side. Round two should feel a little more challenging here. Okay, here we go. Ready? And begin. Remember, control the weight on the way down too. Don't let gravity just drop it down. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, going back to that other side, okay? Hopefully round two, you feel it just a little bit more here. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. Remember, I'm always pulling that belly button back towards my spine. I'm protecting my lower back, but keeping my core braced. Focused on that upper back. Knuckles are forward. Elbow comes out to the side. Just 10 more seconds here. We're going to go into our 2 sets of split squats. 5, 3, 2, and 1. And remember, that seated option is pretty good too. So if the split squats start to feel like they are a little too much for you, don't discredit that seated option. It's a really good one. All right, you can do this body weight. I am going to load mine today. All right, so I'm going to come into my lunge position. Right? I'm going to lower down. I'm driving up through the front heel, okay? Once my feet are in the right position, once it feels good, they just stay there. And I'm working my front quadricep and my glute on that front leg. Hold my weight up here. You can hold it however you want. You can hold it on one hand low or up here if you're using weight. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. All right, we're going to do that other side. So remember, we want some space between our left foot and our right foot from side to side here for stability, right? Here we go. Really pressing through that heel. That's really going to help get that glute on that front leg going. Remember, quality over quantity. Okay, if you need to stop a little early, start a little late, that's okay. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. We're not done yet. This is where it starts to get spicy. We're going back to that first leg, okay? Remember, you can do this body weight. You could go to our seated variation. Okay, here we go. Back to that first leg. That heel should always have contact with the floor so you can press through it to come back up. Just 10 more seconds on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Gotta get that other side Should feel a little challenging right now, okay? Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go back to those high rows next. Remember, if you hit failure where you just feel like there's no way I can get another rep, it's just too much. Remember, that's actually a good thing in exercise. That's kind of the goal, right? So don't be discouraged. If it gets to feel too hard, just like, oh, wow, okay. I just, leveled up what I'm used to doing here. Took it to failure. 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys. One more set of both of those exercises. We get a break from the legs here for a second. We're gonna go back to that high row. Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1, okay? Remember, belly buttons to spine. Knuckles are facing forward in front of us. Elbow comes out to the side. And we're thinking about that upper back, everything behind the shoulder blade there. Last 10 seconds on this side. 3, 2, and 1. All right, there you go. We're gonna set up for the other side. 10 seconds to start. All right, let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the core engaged. Just hit halfway. Control it on the way down. 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, nice work. Got those split squats to finish up with, okay? With or without weight here, holding onto a chair, not holding onto a chair, or doing your seated leg press. So let's go ahead and get in our split squat position here. And then once our feet are in the right position, we stay there. Really pushing up through that front heel and that front leg. I'm really trying to squeeze my glute, okay? We want to feel it in the front. So we got to make that mind-muscle connection and think about it. Remember, we're focused on the quality of our work over the quantity of it, okay? Just 10 more seconds on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, nice work. Just one more set, okay? Then we move on. Here we go. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Almost there, just 5 seconds. 2, woo, and 1, okay. Ooh, that was our tough set there. Okay, some dialed in strength work, single leg work there. Let's recover, catch our breath. We're going to go back to our 3-minute body weight circuit here, that little burst. So remember those exercises are our ham curls. We're going to do a straight arm push back here. All right, then our 3 count lateral high knee. 1, 2, 3, hold. Or you can shuffle it if you want to go a little faster. And then our transverse squats, those rotational squats, okay? One minute each. Let's get ready to start with those ham curls in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Remember, if you're standing for this one, you're trying to flex your foot here, getting that heel to come towards your glutes. Okay, this helps get into that hamstring muscle in the back of the leg. Working on this straight arm pull back today to help with shoulder mobility. Okay. A little bit longer here, then we're going to go into that 3 count lateral high knee or 3 count shuffle. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to shuffle it. I just got to get my dumbbell out of the way. So 1, 2, 3, hold. You can come right here. And if you want to go a little faster, you can do that too. Your feet just won't come up as high. It's more like you're on those hot coals, right? You're like, ouch, 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 hot sand. Halfway. And maybe you want to do a combination of the two. You know, maybe you want to do a couple hot sand, quick shuffles, and then take it to your march. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, transverse squats. So 12 o'clock, out to 3, squat, bring it back to 12, to 9, squat, back to 12. Make sure when you're coming back up from your squat, you're still thinking of squeezing those glutes. I'm still thinking of pressing my heels down into the ground to get maximum contraction as we do this body weight exercise here. Almost done this 3-minute block, 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so next block, we have a 9-minute block, and we're going to do 3 exercises here. We're going to do a front squat, a sit squat, front squat. So 1 or 2 weights here, depending on your level and your weight selection. You can choose to hold 2 if you're at that level, okay, for our sit squat, okay, and press. All right, or you could just hold 1 if that's more appropriate, okay, you can just hold 1 instead. Or you can do a body weight as well, okay? If you're seated and you want to stay in your seat, let's do leg extensions with a flexed foot. You're focused on squeezing the top of your leg right here. After that, alternating single arm press, okay? Alternating single arm press. You can give me an alternating bicep curl or an alternating front raise as a different option here, okay? If overhead pressing doesn't work, we're gonna be at a 45 with our press today. So not all the way out, meeting our shoulders, and not all the way forward from our shoulders here either, okay? We're somewhere in between right here, okay? Really safe spot to press right here, okay? So again, though, if pressing doesn't work for you, alternating bicep or alternating front raise is going to be for you, okay? You pick. After that, we're gonna do a alternating single arm row. So from a seated position, you'll be here like this, or we can stand it up. Okay, row on one arm, then the other, okay? So 45, 15, we're gonna start with our squat, front squat. Okay, so choose one weight or two, so what works for you. All right, we use 2 today. Let's get ready. In 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and heels are about shoulder width apart. We're gonna sit it down, drive it up, keeping that belly button pulled back towards the spine, really pressing my heels into the floor as I stand it up. I wanna feel my glutes engaged. I wanna feel that muscle contraction, okay? You just have to stay very present to make sure you're getting the most out of it. Just 5 more seconds here. 2 and 1. Nice work. Rest. Next, we're going to do that alternating press. Seated or standing here. Seated can actually feel a little bit harder because there's less assistance from your lower body. Okay, so standing might feel a little easier. Remember, our options here are an alternating bicep curl or an alternating front raise if overhead pressing is not comfortable. Make sure, check in with yourself. If you're seated, you're lengthening through that vertebrae, sitting up nice and tall, keeping that core engaged. Just 10 more seconds here. It should feel a little challenging at this point. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Woo. Okay. Seated or standing, low row. Okay, so now our knuckles are going to be out to the side, different from our first block with that high row. Okay, and we're pulling the dumbbell back into the pocket and we're alternating. Okay, so here we go. My core is engaged. You can do this from a seating position as well. My elbows stay close to the body. I find a fixed focal point on the floor somewhere in front of me to make sure that my neck stays in line with my spine. And I'm thinking of my lats, that large muscle group in the back around the rib cages. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, and time. All right, round 1. We've got 2 more like that. We're gonna go back to our front squat, okay? So front squat, sit squat, or alternating leg extension. Heels are about shoulder width apart. Here we go. Let's get ready. Begin. I'm gonna tap it down. Drive it up. Keep that belly button pulled back, okay? That core control is really important. So we try to get a nice strong contraction through the glutes and quadriceps here. We're almost done our second set. Just have 10 more seconds here. 5, 2, and 1. Woo, okay. Moving on to our alternating shoulder press. Remember, you can also do an alternating bicep curl or an alternating front raise as an option, okay? Ready? Begin. If you're seated with me, make sure you're really elongated through your spine. Belly button is pulled back. We've passed halfway. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, bottom of round 2, we've got those alternating single arm rows. Back to our low rows. Okay, so now we're targeting down here. First step, first round, we were up here, right? In our first block. All right, here we go. Core is engaged. Pull it back to the pocket. Your knuckles are facing out to the side. Finding that focal point on the floor that makes sure your neck is in good alignment with the rest of your spine. We're searching for that mind to muscle connection. Feel that large muscle group behind the rib cage work. Use your mind, you can tell it to contract, right? That's gonna help strengthen that bond, that mind muscle connection bond. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, guys, we got one more set. Okay, one more set. Back to our front squat. All right, so I'll start this round seated. So, all right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Good, drive it up. Final set of everything in this block. We're cruising through this workout today. Past halfway. Final 10 seconds here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Nice work, guys. One more set of our alternating overhead press. Remember, you can also do alternating bicep curls or alternating front raise as an option, okay? So here we go. This is it. All right. Belly button to spine, lengthen through the spine. Remember, seated's probably a little bit harder than your standing variation because your legs aren't there, your glutes aren't there to squeeze and support you, okay? So, if you're looking for a little more of a challenge, you might find the seated one is the way to go. Whew. Just 10 more seconds here, almost done. 5, 2, and 1. Okay, nice work, guys. Final exercise in this block is our alternating single arm row. Okay, seated or standing here. Roll the shoulders back and down. Feet are under hips. Let's hinge. Pull the belly button back to our spine and row. And then the other side, right? Knuckles out to the side. Elbows close to the body. Thinking of those large muscles behind the rib cage in the back there. Contracting as the elbow pulls back. Keeping your neck in line with your spine. We're past halfway. Just 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and time. Nice job, guys. Rest. Wow. That was tough. Okay, so once we get a drink and recover, we're gonna go back to our 3-minute body weight first, and then we're gonna finish with Tabata core work. So we are back to our third set of our body weight circuit. We're gonna start with this ham curls with those pullbacks, really getting a nice stretch through our shoulder, okay? So let's get ready here. 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Last time we're doing our body weight circuit. 3 sets of these 3 exercises. It's a nice little reset between our strength work here, kind of shakes everything out. $15 more seconds here, and then we're going to go into our lateral 3-count high knee or that lateral 3-count shuffle, whatever feels best. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, hold. Okay, you can keep it slow and try to work on bringing those knees up, or you can quicken it a little bit and those knees don't come as far up because you're kind of hopping on hot sand or hot poles, right? Ow, ow, ow. We have one more move after this, those transverse squats. And we're going to do a Tabata finisher for our core. 5 more seconds of this. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, feet at 12. I'm rotating to 9 first, driving up, back to 12. Now I'm going to rotate to 3. Doesn't matter which side of the clock you start on. I'm a lefty, so I guess 9 just feels natural. Still thinking about engaging those glutes and driving through my heels on the way back or on the way up. And my core, I'm always keeping that belly button pulled back. Just past halfway. Ten more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Nice job, guys. Recover. Let's get a drink. We have one more small block to get through. And we're going to try. I'm going to give you 2 options because for varying levels to make sure that it's all inclusive here. We're going to do just 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of recovery here, an alternating balanced bicep curl. So for the first 20 seconds, you're going to see about coming on one leg, curl on one arm, and then the other, okay? So 20 seconds on one side here, and then 10 seconds to get ourselves ready to do the other side, okay? If this is hard, okay, some options are maybe a better option is just simply to work on your balance, okay? And just hold, right, for 20 seconds. That might be a better approach, okay? You can even just try to hold, as long as there's like a chair or a wall near you with some weight here, and just balance, okay? So use that as an option. And last but not least, if you just really wanna get your biceps, maybe you're not as concerned with your balance, you can still get a little bit of core by just kind of offsetting. You're still kind of like foundation-wise, you're still on one leg. You're just kind of kickstanding with that other leg a little bit, okay? So that's if you wanna be more bicep than balance. And if you wanna be more balanced than bicep and it's too hard to do them both, just focus on this, okay? After we do each side on there, the other one we're gonna do is a single arm overhead march, okay? And we're gonna really focus on keeping that belly button pulled back. Now, if it hurts your shoulder to be overhead like this, you can take it right here, okay? So this would be your option, is to just bring it down to here. So just 4 minutes of work. This is gonna go fast. This is our core finisher. We're gonna start with that alternating bicep curl on one leg, okay? So let's get ready, or any of those options. Let's get ready and begin. Here we go. So I'm keeping those elbows close to the rib cage. You might feel all those little neuromuscular movements in the ankle here, trying to keep you balanced here. That's good for ankle strength. Think about rolling your ankles or something like that. That's gonna help strengthen them. Okay, let's get ready for that other side. 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Two, and 1, okay, good. We're gonna put one weight down now, okay? We're gonna go into our overhead hold march. 3, 2, and 1, remember, so I'm like forcefully exhaling. Me exhaling, I'm pulling my belly button back to my spine. Each exhale, I'm pretending that's what's making my knee come up. And time. We're gonna get ready to switch it to the other side. 3, 2, and 1, other side. Time, okay. We're gonna go back through. We've got one more round, our balanced bicep curl, okay? Here we go. So we're gonna pick a side. And time, okay. Other side, whew. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1, here we go. And time, okay. Back to that overhead hold march here, okay? We're gonna pick a side. Remember, you can always bring it right down to here if that's better. Here we go. But that exhale, pulling my belly button back, is what's lifting this knee up. I mean, not really, but that's what I'm pretending that is how it's working. All right, let's switch sides. Ready and begin. And time. All right. Nice job, guys. We're going to do a quick cool down here. All right. We're going to be dynamic in our cool down today. So that means we're going to have movement in it as we stretch. So first one, let's come nice and wide behind our chairs. Okay. So our feet are going to be outside the width of our shoulders, about this wide. Okay. And I'm going to hold on to the back of my chair. I'm going to think of my hip pushing back. And I'm going to show you, it's a subtle difference. Okay. But watch this. Hip back, this is what we want, right? What we're trying to avoid is knee forward, okay? See how it looks similar, hip back and knee forward, but it's not the same, okay? We want that hip back, okay? So just make sure you're doing that. You should feel lengthening on the other side, and then we're gonna switch. Now my other leg is lengthened, okay, as I push my hip back, and we're just moving through it dynamically here. Getting these nice little stretches on the lengthened leg. A few more here. 2 and 1. Good. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate through the thoracic spine here. So we're going to come forward. All right, we're going to do 6 total, 3 per side. We're going to rotate back and then bring it forward. Okay. Here we go. 1 and around. 2 and around. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. All right, next we're going to go ahead and we're going to do half circle neck rolls. Okay, so we're going to do 10 total, 5 per side. Here we go. 1 to one shoulder, roll it around and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And our final cool down move is going to be a forward fold. This is like our modified down dog on our chair. Okay, so I'm going to forward fold here. Feel that stretch through the back side of my body here as well as my shoulders. You can sway the hips from side to side here a little bit if you like, or you can keep nice and still. Just a nice little static stretch to finish. And when you're ready, slowly walk it up. Nice big inhale up. Palms together, exhale. Hands to heart, one more. Palms together, exhale. Hands to heart. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the workout. And I'm here if you have any questions or anything like that.